So if you're tired of having doctors tell you that your chronic disease is something you just have to live with, and basically that there is nothing else that they can do to support you at this time, well, I'm going to tell you in this video how that is particularly not true, and that there are many things that you can do to support your body, to support your health, and actually reverse your disease by going through something called traditional Chinese medicine. And we'll look at the views of disease through traditional Chinese medicine and how it's different from Western or conventional medicine, and how we can use the concept of qi or energy to again support your body. Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Jason Yuan, and on this channel I teach you about the science of integrative medicine to help you live a happier, healthier life. Now, if you're someone or know of someone that is dealing with chronic disease, such as rheumatoid arthritis, which is joint pain across the body, or something like irritable bowel syndrome, which is basically gastrointestinal issues, going to the bathroom. And these are really big, broad, systemic issues that conventional medicine has a tough time managing. And the issue that I see with a lot of my patients as well is that most medications, most drugs, most therapies do not address the root cause, although they try their best with the current framework of science. But what's really important to understand is that a diagnosis is more than just this one box, right, that you're stuck in. Rather than diagnosis from the perspective of traditional Chinese medicine, which is a 1,000-year-old ancient healing system, looks at the body in an entirely, completely different way. And to help you understand, traditional Chinese medicine looks at disease through patterns. And patterns, think of it as if there is a certain set of parameters, right? And what we call symptoms in Western medicine, right? You have certain joint pains here and there. You have certain GI issues here and there. And basically, with traditional Chinese medicine, we would put you into a pattern. And that pattern is either in deficiency or weakness, or excess, or what's called congestion or blockage. Now, these two types of patterns are very important because what it shows, and for not only the practitioner, but for the patient, is that your disease is not fixed. That's the first point. Your disease is not something that is fixed. That is not something that is not adaptable, movable. And when you balance the energy, when you fix the underlying cause of these pattern deficiencies or pattern excess, that's when you can start to heal the body. And the central theme to this is the concept of or energy. Okay, and the concept of or energy is basically defined as this invisible life force energy that supports the physical body. And how health is defined in traditional Chinese medicine is basically this free flow, this unobstructed flow and movement of this qi, of this energy in abundance throughout the body. And when we look at certain chronic diseases, such as rheumatoid arthritis, such as irritable bowel syndrome, there are a pattern, there's a mixture, a combination of both deficiencies or weakness in this energy and congestion or blockage in this energy. So when I work with patients, I always try to figure out, on top of what they're telling me in terms of the conventional Western biomedical perspective, is to also look at their body like a garden and to see the areas where the garden is weak and the areas of the garden where things might be overgrown. There might be a little bit too many weeds and things that we have to remove to restore, again, balance, harmony to the energy of the body. And this is important because when you understand that the energy is a reflection of the physical body, that's when things will start to change, right? When you correct the energetic imbalances, the physical body will eventually materialize these changes. And that's how different energy healing practices such as acupuncture, Reiki, Pranic healing, all these different modalities work, is basically they restore the balance of the energy of the body. And for so many of my patients, especially ones that suffer from chronic disease for many, many years, right? Looking at this perspective is one, very transforming because it is a completely different view of the body and helps address different things that are not seen by traditional tests and conventional doctors, because this is something that has been, let's just say it, it's not something that we talk about, right? And the mission of these videos is to explain the concept of energy, to explain the concept of chi in a very practical, easy to understand, but in an evidence-based manner. And, it's really important to understand that, these traditional healing systems have been around for thousands and thousands of years, okay? And there is a reason they have been around for this many years, right? And just like how today, things go out of fashion very quickly, right? For these practices to be around this long, there has to be something to it. And this is why I look at chronic disease from this perspective, because it's not something talked about. And again, when you address the underlying imbalances to the energy, that's when you can correct health. And that's the reason why I came into this practice, was because of my own personal health journey, right? Similar to chronic disease, I had chronic severe eczema my entire life. And I went through the battery of tests and the battery of different drugs, medications, topical steroids, all of which did help to a certain point, but again, didn't address the underlying condition, the root cause. And the root cause for myself was not only physical, but also there was this imbalance in my energy, okay? And very simply, when I was able to correct this imbalance and was able to work through it, right? It doesn't happen overnight. Again, the energy is a reflection of the body, but it takes time for that to materialize the changes. Over the course of months to years, my body started feeling better. I could see the difference. And this is something that I always recommend for everyone, is to not only look at your body from your symptoms, your physical perspective, but actually what does it feel, right? What areas of tension, stress, obstruction do you feel in your body that might be a little bit less physical, right? It might be some, what I call it in energy medicine is, it's almost like a magnetic feeling, right? There's something that's there that that's not supposed to be there, but it, you can't quite describe it. And that's the first part, is identifying the places in your body where you feel this restriction. And then you work with different modalities, such as mentioned acupuncture, biofield therapies, which basically is the science of using this energy around your body to support its health. Okay. And when you're able to, again, correct the deficiencies and correct the congestion or the excess, that's when your body starts to circulate this energy, just like how it circulates blood. And that's how, again, we start to restore health in our body in the way it was designed to be. Okay. And I'm a big believer that, the original blueprint of us human beings was never faulty, right? It's just that we've been conditioned by society, the way we eat, our lifestyle through work and stress, that has really created and forced these chronic health conditions upon us, right? It's almost inevitable that someone somewhere nowadays will develop, different diseases because of this stressful environment, okay? And when you can go back to the original point, which is to understand that your thoughts, your emotions, your physical body, your energy, they're all connected, right? Your whole body is a connected system. And just because you have, GI issues doesn't mean that it doesn't affect your mental health, right? Just because you have joint pain issues doesn't also mean that it doesn't affect your immune system, right? We know that all parts of your body are connected. And if you support one area and you help release and open up the changes and make it better, basically correcting these energetic imbalances, that's when health starts to flow in the right direction. Each part supports the other. So if you fix one part, the other part of the body also starts to heal too. And as a practitioner in biofield therapies, or what science calls the proper term for energy medicine, it's really amazing, because when you can understand that there's this field of energy around you and that you don't really need any other tools, right? You can use the body's own innate energy and the energy around us to support our health, just like how these ancient healing practices, which we're talking about for thousands of years, going out into nature, getting grounded, going to places with running water, clears, it balances our body's energy. And when that happens, again, the physical body will eventually materialize those changes. And I really am a big believer in this type of medicine, and I think that with people, it's hard to believe in something that is invisible to the human eye. And of course, current science has yet to have a device that measures and visualizes this invisible energy around us, even though there have been many types of case studies and evidences of people having amazing outcomes doing these practices. I think that things will continue to emerge, and the evidence and science will be there. But for us as a starting point, it's just so simple to understand that your energy is a reflection of your physical and emotional health. And when you have the right energy in your body, both your physical and your emotional health will be a reflection of that. And that's why it's my mission to share this, to make this easy to understand, to help people see their health from a different perspective, and again, make that transformational change. If you've been doing the same thing over and over again and it hasn't been helping, maybe it's time to see your body, see your condition, see your disease from a different perspective. And for many of my patients, they do get that transformational change just because, again, the energy is a reflection of this physical body, and this has been practiced for thousands and thousands of years. So that's all for today's video. Again, it's really about looking at health from many different perspectives. And I believe that all perspectives are correct in their each own way, and especially with traditional Chinese medicine and looking at how this qi or energy influences our body. Same thing, how we can take that ancient wisdom and bring it to daily practice today. So if you're interested, I have a one-on-one consultation that I offer to people or clients if you're interested in learning more. And then if you're interested as well, I have a school community linked down below if you want to learn more, dive a little bit deeper in understanding how this energy affects your health and applying practical tools and tips to use it on an everyday basis. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and see you next video.